your shirt now.
Thank you. We'll auction it off for charity.
Got the autograph version too.
Yes, that makes it unique. Increases its value. Huh?
I just wonder who came up with them.
I believe our social media department.
Ron, I see Trey's listed here with a concussion. I assume he entered the protocol. When did it happen, and how is he doing?
Happened sometime in the game, and on Monday he came in and talked to RV. So they went right into the protocol.
Yeah. Started feeling symptoms Monday, or
He came in Monday. That's the extent of what I know. He came in when I went and saw RV on Monday afternoon. He explained to me how Trey felt, and so they had put him in the protocol and started the process.
your go-to to work in at practice this week there, would that be Amini or Taylor?
Tyler and Taylor and Amini. We'll work those guys and just kind of go through and see. Both Amini and Tyler have experience playing the position for us. Most recently, Tyler last year. And then when Gino got hurt, we moved him to center. So we got a couple of good options, and then we have a young option to look at right now.
Who would you say is first up on those options?
Probably really won't have a feel for that until probably Friday.
You'll keep Andrew on the same side he's always been on, right?
Yes.
We noticed Captain leave practice today. What happened there? He said it was an injury, and I see it was not injury
Right.
related.
It's personal. Just a personal situation. I don't want to get into guys' personal situations.
Does Aaron Rodgers playing in this game kind of change the dynamic for you guys on Sunday?
No. It was said that he could come back, and the approach was he was going to be back, and that's the way we looked at it. I believe you prepare for what a team does as opposed to who's doing it more so than anything else. Something I learned a long time ago when I was playing. And, our approach is that, this is what they do, these are things that they do, and so we'll prepare that way.
Ron, Cam was saying one of the things he admired about Aaron Rodgers was the fact that the team seems so much more confident when he's in the game. On tape, do you see that difference in confidence level for this Packers team with him in versus him out?
Well, I'll say this. Early on, I think when Brett was playing, Hundley, you could see that, they were trying to get a feel for him. But as early as last week, watching the Cleveland game, the way they had to go down and score, and then they went down and scored in the overtime to win the game, they looked pretty confident then. But I do think there is a different, as to the question asked earlier, there's a different dynamics for them with him in the game, I would say, yes.
Ron, you said Monday that you thought that Rodgers' status could potentially be a distraction this week. Were you talking more among your guys or theirs or both?
I think everything. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, and I've told our guys, it doesn't matter who plays. We still got to play the Packers. And if he's the quarterback, great. And if he's not, great. I don't think that to us it should be the big deal. They said that he was going to be back for our game. That's what we expected him to be back. So I don't want our guys getting caught up in it. I want our guys focusing on getting prepared. I mean that. I think the bigger story is for you guys, for the media to write and talk about. So, as far as we're concerned, we're preparing for the Packers.
And your guys seem like they've adopted that approach you're talking about. They're not slighting Aaron. They're just not making this a big deal.
Because we expect. I mean, in all honesty, we expected it. I mean, it was reported, and that's what I told our guys. I told them on Monday. I told them on Wednesday. This morning, the guys, he's playing okay, great. We expected it.
Given how you guys have rushed the passer this year, Ron, and their difficulties protecting the passer, be it Aaron or Hundley, do you expect to, be in a position to be pretty aggressive and go after him?
Well, I think what you're going to expect is they're going to do the things that they do well right now, and they've run the ball pretty well lately. I think they got a couple of really good runners, young guys. They're going to throw the ball quick, get the ball out of his hands quickly. And then they're going to try and create opportunities to throw it downfield. I mean, they're going to do what they do. I don't think they'd bring him back if they didn't think he could play. And as far as I'm concerned, he's probably been throwing the ball for 4 or 5 weeks already. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, just paying attention to some of the things that I've read and heard about, getting ready for this game. I'm being serious. I would not be surprised if he's been throwing the ball for a while. I forgot what game it was. They reported he was throwing the ball. Might have been the Monday night game against Pittsburgh, I think is what they said. So he's been throwing it for a few weeks.
Shaq said he's still feeling day to day with that foot. Do you expect to use a little more of that frog nickel package?
Well, if we have to, we will. I think a lot of it's going to be dictated on the pace of the game, what's happening in the game, and how Coach Wilkes feels. I think again, a lot of it is just really the flow of what's happening on the field.
What do you like about that buffalo or frog, regardless of who's in it?
Well, I think the idea behind it is that you have a bigger guy in case they want to run the ball. So many times you have teams that come out and they may go a 2 tight end package, or they may go just the 1 tight end package, but try and create a running formation out of it. And as opposed to putting a nickel in there or a DB in there, you can put a linebacker or a safety, and feel a little bit more comfortable about running playing against the run.
How would you assess how Colin played last week?
I thought Colin did a nice job. I really do. He's played it for us before, and he's had success doing it. So when Shaq went down, there was no hesitation to have him in and use the frog package.
Ron, Stewart over the first 9 games was averaging about 2.8 yards per carry. Over the last 4, it's now 4.8 with five touchdowns in there. What is it? Is it blocking? Is the holes been there? What has been?
Well, I'll say this too. If you look at how our offense has gone from the beginning of the season to now, you see that there has been a little bit of development as to who we are. I think there's a little bit more comfort in terms of confidence with the quarterback now, in terms of his health and the things that he can do. So I'm not surprised. I mean, to be honest, that we're doing some things better.
I'm curious, how do you think Andrew Norwell has played?
I think Andrew's played very well. I think we've got a number of our guys that played very well. You go back and you look at the way Daryl's played and the way Tyler's played for us at center, in place of Ryan, and then you look at Matt in the last few weeks as well. He's really kind of come along, just being more and more comfortable in what we do. And Trey has played, the caliber type football we expected. I think the unit as a group has played very well, but Andrew's had a good year, a very solid year. He's done exactly what we've needed, especially for the left guard, the guy that does a little bit more pulling for you, a little bit more working to the second level type stuff. He's really, I think he's really come along very nicely.
Anything else? Coach, Graham Gano has been extremely accurate this season. Do you feel how comfortable do you feel with a kicker when you get kind of into that right outside of field goal range?
Well, I think a lot of it is it's got to be through the flow of the game. And you guys have heard me. You can't expect to kick field goals and win football games either. I mean, I'd like to see about trying to score touchdowns and get first downs, stuff like that. But I got a lot of confidence in him. I really do. He's kicking the ball really well. I believe he leads the league in touchbacks, and I believe he's done a nice job in terms of his field goal accuracy. And he's just, right now he's very, very steady and he's very confident, and we feel that way about him as well.
It's probably both his health and success. Was that sort of part of why you guys were able to let Aguayo go yesterday?
Partly, but the situation, and I don't know if you guys saw it, but we've got 4 wide receivers listed, and we wanted to bring in another wide receiver for an extra set of legs to help us today, and instead of wearing guys out and exposing guys to extra shots. I think Roberto was having a good stint with us. I really do. I watch him and see the things that they were doing when and what we did with him is he kicked opposite of the days that Graham kicked. So we always had a kicker kicking. So we got a chance to watch him work on his craft, and he did a nice job. He really did. And just this move was precipitated by some injuries and some concerns at some positions.
Your what you just mentioned with wide receiver, more concerned about the practice reps?
Yes.
Do you think you'll be okay by Sunday?
We'll be fine by Sunday, but when you got guys, like you got Burson resting his foot, I think that's the thing you got to be concerned, because you're not going to have that many guys out there running routes, and you don't want to pile them on one or two guys. I know we got practice squad guys, but still, they need a break too every now and then.
Good.
We're good? Cool. Thank you guys.